Hi, this is Why I Hate and Love Pickleball. I'm Bill Wong. This week's episode is about mindset. Many people want to run before they can walk or play at a high level before they can crawl. A few people have asked me to drill with them, and many times it's closer to a lesson rather than a drilling session. I was at the store the other day and I ran into a friend, Harry. He had won a 3.0 tournament, which is a good accomplishment. But when he played at 3.5, he got crushed. I've seen Harry before, and I remember his game, but technical issues they need to work on before or as they're drilling. Preparation, getting ready for the ball, being pickleball ready, paddle in front of your body, eyes forward, separation between your arm and your body, movement, balance, breathing, mental preparation, and strength. Some people do not do this before they get on the court. I used to coach. I see what they're able to do, try to simplify it so it's just hard enough where they're learning, but not so easy when they're getting bored. That's called the flow channel. I'm constantly making adjustments when I coach. When I was looking for help more than a year and a half ago, I asked him, would you help me? He said, yes, but two conditions. I said, okay, what are those? He said, I need you to lose 10 pounds. I go, okay. I was at about 160 pounds. He was telling me I needed to lose about 10 pounds. It took me about 8 weeks. I worked on my diet, increased my cardio, did some strength training, and in about 8 weeks, I lost 10 pounds, 150 pounds. Then he said, now I need you to work on your fitness. I started working on an elliptical, do some biking, did some rowing, work with some weights. I said, okay, now you're ready. A majority of people do not do that, where they make the commitment to their craft so that they are better. Say there's about 100 people waiting online to play at some of these open plays. I am sure I'm the only one who's worked out in the morning, stretched, did some mobility. Even 200 people, 300 or 400 people. So I'm probably in the top quarter of a percentile because I am committed to my craft. I was on the court the other day. I was playing with this mature woman, and she was very good. One of the issues I noticed is when she was at the non-volley zone line, she wasn't hitting it hard enough. She just needed to add about 10 or 15% more power, or maybe just a few inches further away or closer to the feet to be more effective. She didn't do that. I didn't mention it to her because I know a lot of people are touchy about their game. Then I asked my friend, why do you think she wasn't doing that? He made a comment. She maybe didn't have the strength, or maybe she didn't have the knowledge. I said, I can do that. He goes, Bill, you are unique in that you do more than 100 push-ups in the morning. You bench press your weight 5 or 6 times and do 5 or 6 sets of that. Not a lot of people can do that. You are strong, not only for your age, but for someone who's younger. Maybe she could not do that. I didn't realize that. One of the biggest problems I see, aside from the preparation, is that growth mindset, where an individual realizes their weaknesses, wants to get better, is willing to look bad for a little time so that they can look good. They can lose for a little bit so that they can win eventually. Many people, and I've seen this time and time again, they hit to the weakest player so that they can win their open rec or their open play game. I disagree with that strategy. You should hit to the strongest player, the person who is going to give you the hardest ball. You need to get used to it. People don't do that. When I get on the court, I lean to my partner and I ask, do you want to win or do you want to get better? 8 times out of 10, they say, I want to win. So it's like, okay, I guess we're going to need to hit to the weakest player. Sometimes somebody says, I want to get better. Very unique breed. They are looking for short-term losses. They can get long-term gains. And I like that, a growth mindset. Here's my insight. Before you get on the court to do drills, you need to prepare your body. Pickleball is very demanding. You need to be physically strong. You need to be stretched out. Your movement, your balance. You even need to work on your breathing. Breathing is very important. The last thing is you need to work on your mental game. When you're about to receive a ball or hit a ball, that you know exactly what you want to hit, where you want to hit it, and what that is going to do to move the game forward. Either the ball, they're going to pop up or hit a clean winner, depending on the score, depending on your partner, depending on your opponent. You're going to make these multiple calculations so you are going to be a good player. Many people don't do that. I'm sure they're not planning ahead, and some of them probably are nervous. I was on the court the other day. I was playing with this woman, and she was playing fine with other people. I was like, okay, this is going to be good. When she was playing with me, I think I made her nervous. I didn't do or say anything to her. I was just playing. She can probably see that I'm a good player. My technique is refined, and maybe that intimidated her. She needs to come to the point where I'm not going to be intimidated by my partner. It doesn't matter what I think or say or do. It's how I play. Put all that away and just play pickleball. That's what we're ultimately trying to do. We are just trying to play the best we can, but that was a mental issue. And I could tell without even talking to her, that was an issue. Again, my insight is get yourself ready. Before you drill, be ready mentally and physically and technically. Then you can move to the next step and the next level. See you next time.